These are my 6-star God tier books that altered my brain chemistry. The first one is A Little Life, which everyone has probably heard of. And this book is so long because it's so descriptive, but it somehow isn't rambly. Everything is in there for a reason. I can't even explain the way this book made me feel. Like, it made me sick, but it was by far the most gorgeous, beautiful, emotional book that I had ever read. And I think it's my favorite book of all time. Huge trigger warning though, not everyone can read this. Then Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. And this one impacted me so much because I read it at just the right time when I was feeling everything that she describes in this book. So if you can't relate to her, it probably won't hit you as hard. But it's a coming of age in your 20s book, and it is Dolly Alderton's memoir. And I just found it so relatable, and it discussed a lot of topics that I was feeling but hadn't spoken to with my friends, and I felt very alone, and she just made me feel really seen in this book. Homegoing by Ya Jessie. This is a historical fiction book, and I learned so much from this book. It was also structured in a way that I have never read before. So there's this family tree at the beginning, and it starts with 2 sisters who are born in Ghana. One sister gets sold into slavery in the United States and the other one stays in Ghana, and is about their family lineages. And each chapter is about a different person in their lineage. So it's essentially a bunch of short stories, but all of the stories weave together so well, and it's essentially about how the slave trade still impacts Black communities today. And you see how Black people are treated in America in every single generation from the slave trade until today. I was just so amazed by the amount of research that she did for this book that I looked up all of her interviews after to just like figure out how she even wrote this. We have Catching Fire, and I am completely serious about this because I will never forget the reveal about the arena. Genuinely changed my life when I read this for the first time. It's also my favorite movie ever. Then Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. So this is a queer romance book set in Paris in the 1950s, and the way the main character grapples with his sexuality and has a really hard time with it, but it is so beautiful. James Baldwin's writing is just unmatched, and although complicated, it is such a beautiful love story. The last one is Sunburn by Chloe Michelle Howarth, and this one actually has a similar theme. It's also about a queer relationship, but this time with women, and it's set in a really small town in Ireland, and the main character's family is super Catholic. So it's really heartbreaking to see how the main character feels about herself and feels about her relationship because of the Catholic guilt that she's experiencing. But the writing was so good. It was so relatable, just everything that the main character was feeling, and it is just a beautiful, really romantic love story.